Hi, it's Aaron, and today I'm doing a review and recap of the month of April 2025. So, today will not be my usual value post for my ideal client. It's more about what I got done, and of course, that is of value to you too, to remind you to do a review of how the month of April rules went. And if you just want a really simple way to do it, look at your health, look at your wealth, and look at your relationships. And go and ask what went well. And even before that, ask what were your goals for the month? And did you make meaningful progress towards those goals? And how do you feel now at the end of the month? So I will do that right now. And today, I want to keep it nice and short and quick and get right to the point, and also do some goal setting for the next month of May. The first one I will focus is on relationships, and what that means. One is my romantic partners, and one and just friends. So in terms of romantic partners, that was great. I had a 4 month short term relationship, which we put on a pause this past weekend because it just made sense for us. It's a long distance, and sometimes when it's long distance, you're not in the same rhythm. But we still had a beautiful 4 months, and I'm extremely pleased with that. We really dove in fully. We were pretty much texting every single day, and also on phone and video call. So it was great. Great 4 month relationship that I had, and even though it was long distance, it did not diminish the quality of connection we had. So that was a huge win for the month in terms of romance. In terms of using the apps and meeting women in person, there were two women who seemed interested on Hinge. But one, she we had set a time to meet up, and then she canceled an hour before, and then she asked to reschedule, and then I just did not feel it. I did not feel that she really wanted to meet. And then her replies became extremely slow. First, she would reply within a few hours, at least before the end of the day. Now it became a whole day. I had to wait. And to me, usually I can tell in terms of not just how fast someone replies, but but the quality of the reply as well. I just need to turn this off. Sorry, there's this speaker here, and I sometimes put some background music on YouTube, but today I've forgot to turn it off, and then the ad came on, which was a bit distracting. So first, in terms of romance, I was saying that I had the long distance relationship, which was great. And second, I did there was an opportunity for me to meet someone in person, but that did not go through because she canceled at the very last minute. So, but it was still good to use Hinge and to find a good match there. In terms of friends, what was great was that I played pickleball for the very first time in my life, and I played that twice. And it's every 2 weeks on Friday morning. So I went twice this month, which was great because I always want my mornings to start with something social, and there's nothing better than doing something social, and which involves physical activity, and which involves meeting new people. So I got that triple combo there, which was fantastic. So pickleball in terms of the social side of life was great, and then I also kept my regular weekly meetings with a friend of my mine going. So he also came to my home a few times this month. So that was great because that these are like small steps on the path towards my dream life, where I have a lot of people, like at least 10 to 15 people coming in and out of my house every single week. Because to me, there's no greater joy of life than having great friendships. So, in terms of the relationships, I would rate it a good 8. Yeah, it was a good 8 out of 10. I had both in person meets and also online. So both of them were very well balanced. I'd say more than it's been for a long time, especially since I've been single for so long. But this 4 month relationship was definitely changed that. So I got new results there. Now, next, when it comes to my wealth and my business, I have been posting consistently on LinkedIn every single day, and that's been really good. I've sent over, I think, over 300 connection requests this week to new people on LinkedIn to grow my business, and that has got very little traction, but it's still been good. Actually, this morning someone said that her sister might need my help, which was great to see that someone would just read my profile and say that someone she knows might need my help. So that was good, and overall, I just so overall over the last week, though, I've been feeling not resistance to posting on LinkedIn, but really the feeling that it was not flowing as fast as I want to, and then came the big insight that it is now time for me to take moving out seriously. Like now is the time for me to move out. Last November and December, I did a lot of work going deep into every single book, every single paper, being getting ready to move out, and then I just stopped that project, and I realized, and this is one question I highly encourage you to ask for yourself too. When you think about the home that you're living in, so this is the home that you sleep in, all right? The home that you sleep in, which is probably the place that you spend the most of your time in as well. Is that part of your future, or is it part of your past? There's only one response to do that, and I would really challenge you to think deeply about that question, because it's a very rare question to ask. Like the environment that you sleep in, right? Because you sleep in one, most people sleep in one consistent bed for a good 95% of the year. So maybe maybe you're someone who travels lots, or has been traveling lots, or travel as part of your lifestyle. But if you're like me, and if you're like most normal people, you sleep in the same bed for a big chunk of each year, of each of those 365 days. So think about it. Does your bed, and does the home that you live in, is that leading you to your future, or is it keeping you anchored to your past? When I ask myself that question, it is clear. It is past. And that means it needs to be past me now. I still love the place, and I'll still keep staying there, but I cannot keep pretending I cannot keep pretending that it's going to be part of my future, because we spend so much time there, and the four walls we live in, beyond the four walls, the people you live with, the neighborhood you live in, what's the collective mindset of all that summed up? Will that take you to your goal, right? If you're woman who gets a lot done, you just love your life, but you find that something's just not right still. Could it be the place that you're living in? And it's a very rare question asked about where you live, but I think it's one of the biggest ones that influence your goal. So for me, it was clear this place is now past, and I have to look forward to the future. And the place I've chosen is North Van. I want to move to North Vancouver, North or West Van, wherever, but somewhere in the North Shore because I just love the vibe and I want a good 50% of my life to be hiking in the woods and feeling good and really making being in nature as a normal part of my life and not something extraordinary. So coming back to the whole wealth piece, LinkedIn was good. I also went. I met this gent from BNI Group in the North Shore. I had a great chat with him because he's like 100 to 1,000 times further ahead of me in terms of building his business. So he gave me some great insight. He said, "Hey, if you want to grow a business, BNI is the best way to go." And it was the first time I had someone being like, "You know what? You make your investment back very very fast." But the whole vibe and the whole intentionality behind BNI is for you to grow and for you to refer business to other people and for them to refer business to you. It's a referral based network. So me meeting him in his own coffee shop was one of the highlights of this month. And BNI now is at the top. I really want to join a group. And speaking of which, I'm going to one this Friday because to me it's just about who you meet and who you know. I also went to another networking event called Chai and Chat, and I just love the format. I love the format. I love the host, the speaker as well. And it's one I do want to go to each month. The vibe was very different because this was one of the, I would say, pricier. It was reasonably priced, but it takes an effort to go there to where it's at. But I really love this one. But going back to wealth, I think my wealth will grow exponentially once I move. So now I've resumed the dumping the baggage project. Today I actually did some work this morning just to clear up the space and now getting ready to move. So that was a big surprise at the very end of this month, but it was much needed and it came at the perfect time. And last, so I went to relationships, romance, and friendships. Then I went to wealth. Wealth has been good, and the other thing regarding wealth is that I renewed Conscious Growth Club, so I've been part of that for the last 8 years now, going into my ninth year. So I got that done. So I have one other full year there, which I am deeply pleased that I got that done. So another 12 months, my ninth year there. There are some great changes made in terms of the vibe and being on video for every single call. So it'll be another big year of transformation. Finally, in terms of health. So health was my weakest. I did not get a lot of workouts done. I did go on, I think, one hike. I did go on one long hike, which was good. But overall health was not good. My diet is still not bad, but still not good too. I could definitely do a much better job at buying a lot of groceries in one go, so that I'm not worrying about when I'm going to prepare my next meal. So this was the weakest of the three in terms of health. But I have a whole next month to go where I can really bring this area of life back up. I would rate it a 5 out of 10. So I would like to bring it back to, I would bring it to an 8 out of 10. That will feel really good to me. Overall, the biggest win for this month by far was renewing CGC for another whole year. And it all happened beautifully, and I know that I want to set big goals for next month. So let's go into May, and what I want to achieve in May for for all three. Let's go to relationships first. Romance. I just want to go for one speed dating event. I haven't been for one in years now, and I keep getting I keep seeing new ones show up. So I want to go for one, just for one speed dating event this month, and bring the vibe of being seen, bring the vibe of being fun. I would love to do that. So that's one in-person speed dating event. Would love to go that. I want to make it to pickleball at least twice to pickleball this month. So that's in terms of relationships, in terms of wealth. I am feeling good. I'm feeling really good about resuming LinkedIn and what I was doing. So sending 200 requests per week, and then sending around 100 DMs per week. That worked out really well. So now, as my energy shifts, I want to resume that and enroll. Why don't go to one pink line? Let's go to one at $1,000 for my 6 weeks program. That'll be great in terms of wealth, and then also finish this website project that I have on my plate, and that could be getting some extra money coming in. And then in terms of wealth, I would also like to brainstorm about how I can enter B and I group. That's what I would really love to do. Join a B and I group that works best for me. Ideally, the one in the North Shore. That's the one which is really calling out to me because I plan to move there. And third, in terms of health, I want to buy a 6 months gym pass and do a good 100-day challenge where I go to the gym every single day for at least 25 to 30 minutes on the treadmill. To do it for a whole 100 days will be a massive boost for me, and also to lift some weights if that seems the right thing to do. So those are my goals for May. The intentionality for May, we haven't done the intention infusion call for May yet, but I'll create another video on that. But overall, as I said, in terms of relationships, one, I want to go for one speed dating event, and the main result is to meet someone who I can start one other short-term relationship with. And when I say short-term, yeah, all relationships start short-term. And then you determine if you want to go from short to long-term. So romance there. In terms of friendships, the pickleball, I want to go there 3 times more this month. In terms of wealth, as I said, I want to continue the outreach on LinkedIn and also enroll my first paying client of the year, and also complete the website project. And finally, in terms of health, I want to buy a good 6 months membership and do a 100-day challenge of running at least 30 minutes on the treadmill or doing some form of cardio. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I highly encourage you to look at health, wealth, and relationships. Look at those. How were those? What went right? What did not go right? And what you want to do differently for the next month of May, because we have May, then we have June, month 5, month 6, half the year is gone. You still have a lot of time to make a lot of change in the next 2 months. So by the time you hit June 30th, you're going to be like, hey, what did I do this year? And then July 1st, that's a good time to actually have just fun for the 2 months, enjoy the summer, and then from September to December, go really hard. And I have a Cal Newport podcast, which I heard back in the September of 2023, where he said September to December, that's when you go really hard with your goals, because you still have those vibes of summer which lead you into the fall, and it's time to really make some big progress during those months. I hope you spend some time, at least 10 to 20 minutes, doing a review for April. And take some time. Ideally, do it with a friend who you can share your insights with, and they can share with you. And sometimes you can just something they say or how they reflected to you can give you some shift, which can lead you down a different path. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you in the next video.